The scent of warm maple syrup and buttery pancakes filled the kitchen, blending with the rich aroma of freshly brewed espresso. A quiet Sunday morning, a ritual of love and devotion, something I had cherished for years. I set the breakfast tray down on the counter, running my fingers along the rim of the ceramic mug, hesitating. This wasn't just breakfast. It was my last offering of love before everything changed. Upstairs, the soft hum of the ceiling fan mixed with the steady rhythm of Cassie's breathing. She lay curled under the covers, her auburn hair fanned out like autumn leaves against the sheets. A sight I had adored for years. But today, all I could feel was the weight of the truth pressing against my ribs like a vice. The late nights. The mysterious phone calls. The scent of a stranger's cologne lingering on her dress. I had denied it for months, swallowed down the unease, told myself I was imagining things. But the truth is stubborn. It doesn't fade with time, it festers like a wound left to rot. A week ago, I followed my instincts and found what I had feared most. Cassie in the arms of another man, in our favorite cafe, whispering in a way she hadn't with me in years. And now, here we were. My final act of kindness before the storm. I carried the tray up, my footsteps silent against the hardwood floor. As I placed it on the bedside table, she stirred, blinking against the golden morning light. "Good morning," she murmured, stretching lazily. Her lips curled into a sleepy smile, unaware of the reckoning that awaited her. "Morning," I said, my voice betraying nothing. She sat up, eyes lighting up at the sight of breakfast. "This looks amazing, Liam." She reached for the folded note next to the plate, assuming it was some sweet message, a playful love note like the ones I used to leave her. She unfolded it. One simple sentence. "I know everything." The color drained from her face. The fork slipped from her fingers, clattering against the tray. "Liam, what is this?" I crossed my arms, watching as realization dawned in her wide, terrified eyes. "You tell me," I said coolly. She tried to speak, but her voice failed her. A choking sound escaped her lips instead. "Is this a joke?" she finally whispered. I pulled out my phone and swiped to the picture. A snapshot of her and him, Ryan. A name I never wanted to know. A face I never wanted to see. A betrayal I could never unsee. Her breath hitched. "Liam, don't." I cut her off. "Not today!" I picked up her dress from the chair and tossed it onto the bed. "Get dressed," I ordered. "We're going for a drive." She hesitated. "A drive? Where? You'll see." 15 minutes later. We were in the car. The silence was suffocating. She clutched her hands in her lap, her knees trembling. I could feel the weight of her frantic thoughts, the unspoken questions clawing at her throat. She wasn't scared of me. She was scared of what I knew, of what I was about to do. I pulled up outside a small, dimly lit diner on the edge of town. The kind of place where secrets don't stay buried for long. "Get out," I said. She hesitated but obeyed. Inside, the smell of greasy burgers and cheap coffee filled the air. A couple of truckers sat at the counter, lost in their own conversations. And at a corner booth, waiting nervously, was Ryan. His eyes widened when he saw us. He swallowed hard, shifting uncomfortably in his seat. "Sit," I told Cassie, gesturing to the booth. She did. I slid in across from them, setting my phone down between us. Cassie's hands were shaking now, her fingers digging into her dress. Ryan cleared his throat. "Liam, save it," I cut in. "I'm not here to listen to your apologies. I want to see something." He frowned. "See what?" I turned to Cassie. "This is your chance." She blinked. "For what?" I leaned forward. "To prove me wrong." Her face twisted in confusion. "Tell him you love him," I said. "Right here. Right now. In front of me. Say the words." Cassie sucked in a sharp breath. "Liam, please. Say it," I insisted. She opened her mouth, closed it. Her eyes darted to Ryan, then back to me. I watched her struggle, watched the war behind her eyes. Then, after a long, painful pause, she said nothing. Silence. And that was my answer. I exhaled, nodding slowly. I thought so. Standing, I pulled a small velvet box from my pocket and placed it on the table. Cassie gasped when she recognized it. The engagement ring I had given her 5 years ago. I want you to give this back, I said. Not because I need it, but because you don't deserve to keep it. Her lips trembled. Tears welled in her eyes, but she didn't fight me. She reached for the box with trembling hands and placed it gently on the table. I turned to Ryan. She's yours now. Good luck. Then, without looking back, I walked out. The cold morning air hit me like a shock, but it felt refreshing. For the first time in months, I breathed easily. I didn't need revenge. I didn't need an apology. I just needed to let go. And as I walked toward my car, the weight of betrayal lifted, piece by piece, until I was free. And that, I realized, was all the closure I ever needed.
Please subscribe, like, comment and share this video. It means a lot to us. Thank you.